Miller with the Miller Realty Group of Keller Williams Realty, and I was able to drag my lovely wife off the tennis courts. Here's Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, and we are here to help you get real estate smart. So we got a new background today. You're not going to see the back of my office. We got the back of our pool here. It's nice to be able to work out of the house. But we don't spend a lot of time here during our work hours. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about a question we get all the time, and these are folks that are wanting to maybe upsize their house or downsize their house, and they're not sure, hey, David, Anne-Marie, should we find a house first, or should we put our house on the market and then find a house?
Actually, I just had that question this morning.
Did you?
I did.
So we get it all the time. So we thought this would be a great subject to sort of go over with you on what we would recommend. Now, the biggest fear when you are wanting to buy and sell is you don't want to be homeless, so you don't want to sell your house too quickly. And ideally, you don't want to have to move twice, because if you have to move twice, you got twice the stress, twice the cost. So, the big question is, well, I want to find a house, get it under contract before I put my house on the market. Our recommendation is don't do that. Don't do that. That will cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. So let me sort of share with you how that will work. So on the buy side, if somebody is wanting to do that, Anne-Marie, what does that mean on the buy side?
Well, it depends on the type of market that you're in. Right now, we're in a seller's market, so you definitely lose leverage. I can't tell you how many times the past 3 contracts that I've written have been multiple offer situations. So if you think about you selling your house, and you think about if buyers came in and you had a buyer that was looking to put a full price offer in, and then you had another buyer who also put a full price offer in, but they had to sell their house first before they purchased that house, which buyer would you choose? You would definitely choose the buyer that didn't have to sell their house, didn't have a contingency on that. So you lose leverage in the negotiations on that aspect of it.
Absolutely, and that's going to cost you thousands of dollars, all right? Because if you lose leverage, then you're going to end up paying more for the house than you would if you didn't have to do a sales contingency. The other piece to think about on the buy side is that in a seller's market, it's going to be very difficult to find sellers that are willing to do a sales contingency. So you're going to limit the amount of houses you can look at from a small number already to even a smaller number, okay? So on the sell side, let's say you do find a seller that's willing to do a sales contingency, you get it under contract, then you need to get your house on the market. So if you put your house on the market, you're going to price it pretty well so it can sell quickly so you can buy the other house. So what's going to happen is you're going to lose money on the sell side. So if you add the money that you're losing on the buy side as well as the money you lose on the sell side, it's costing you thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to do it that way. So that's why we say not to do it that way. Now, here's the good news. We've been in the business for 11 years. We've helped hundreds and hundreds of our buyers or sellers with the real estate needs. And I would say specifically over the past 3 years, as the market has improved, we've helped a lot of folks that want to do exactly that, buy a house and sell their house at the same time. So we put together a 5-step program that we would like to share with you. So Anne-Marie, what's the first step that we want to do in this type of program that we're talking about?
Well, obviously you need to talk to a lender, of course, that goes without saying, but the first thing that we do is once we sit down and meet with the potential buyers and really go over what they're looking for, we automatically get out there and start looking at houses. Now, we go out there looking at houses with the knowledge that you are going to have your top 3 houses. So you may look at 5, 6, 7, 10 houses, but you will always have options 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that when your house that you're currently selling goes on the market and gets an offer on it, gets a contract on it, you go back to those options 1, 2, and 3. If option 1 has been sold or is gone under in pending status, then you go to option 2. And so on down the road. So basically you're always, if option 1 goes pending, you replace option 1. Okay, so you're always having that 1, 2, and 3 house.
Absolutely. So the first step is to make sure that you find a neighborhood that you know once your house goes under contract, you can find a property that's going to match what you're looking for. So the second thing is to put your house on the market. All right. Obviously, find a realtor that has the expertise and experience to price it right and to help you get it in top showing condition, because homes in top showing condition consistently sell for more money in a shorter period of time. So once you get your house on the market, the third step is once you get an offer, then you want to be able to negotiate the close date. And we like to make that, typical close date nowadays is about 30 to 45 days. We like to push that out for about 60 days. So if you have 60 days, once you go under contract on the selling of your house, then that's step 4. You're going to go out and go back to what Amory was talking about, which is seeing what houses are still available and then putting an offer on one of those houses. Maybe they're all 3 under contract, but the good thing about today's market is that there's always houses coming on the market because of the season that we're in right now. So once you find a house that you want to buy and you put that under contract, then what we try to do is have the close times. We don't recommend the same day. We've done it before, but there's so much stress involved with that. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Well, there's so much stress involved in just buying a house by itself or selling a house by itself. You put them both together, and yeah, it's enough for Pepto-Bismol to take a rise in stock. So.
Absolutely. So we recommend keep it close. Maybe close on your selling of your house on maybe a Wednesday, and then maybe close the next day on the buy side. And then obviously step 5 is to be able to close both within a couple of days of each other. So what that allows you to do is it allows you to keep the leverage on the buy side, because if you already have your house under contract, maybe the inspection's already done and the appraisal's already done, you would still want to do a sales contingency, but it's going to be a very strong sales contingency. If you try to use a sales contingency, as I said before in previous video blogs, that you haven't even put your house on the market, that doesn't really mean anything to you. So once you do that, you're able to close within a certain period of time. You're not going to be homeless, which is always a plus. And you're going to find that you're going to save a lot of money because you're able to sell your house for as much as the market will bear. And since you didn't have to give away too much leverage on the buy side, you're able to get a good deal on the buy side as well. So if you or somebody that you know is thinking about doing this here and would like to utilize our 5-step program, obviously give us a call. We'd be glad to help you out. We've been in the business for 11 years. We know this area of town, and we would love to be a resource for you. So we hope that this video has helped you be
Real estate smart.
All right, you guys take care. Bye-bye.